Hey everyone, Attorney Davis Younts here. As we continue to represent military members worldwide, we are seeing a real increase in the questions we're getting or the requests for representation we're getting related to the security clearance process. So what I wanted to do in this video is just spend a few minutes and give you 3 things I think everyone should know about the security clearance denial or revocation process. So these things apply for military members, federal contractors, as well as federal civilian employees. So the first thing you should know is that you are entitled to due process. That means you cannot be denied a security clearance or you cannot have your security clearance revoked without being given notice of the specific reasons for the denial or revocation and being given a meaningful opportunity to respond. This includes the ability to obtain copies of all the evidence being used against you in a timely fashion before you are required to respond to the denial or revocation. So that's the first thing, due process. The second thing is that you are entitled to legal representation. Not only are you entitled to legal representation, it is typically a very good idea to have an attorney involved with this process because there are specific rules that apply to both denials as well as revocations of security clearances that get into technical legal issues. Is the statement of reasons sufficient? Is the agency following the proper adjudicative guidelines? Or is there an improper basis for the denial or revocation? All of those things are things that we have learned in our experience in representing military members, federal contractors, and federal employees are critical to this process. The final thing I will say, the third thing I will say about the security clearance denial or revocation process as it stands today is it has become somewhat political. What do I mean? Unfortunately, we have seen an increasing number of cases where someone is being denied a security clearance or their security clearance is being revoked because of their religious faith or some other impermissible reason. And unfortunately, as we see an uptick in politicization of the military, political involvement, engagement in the military, and discussions of those things, I fear we will see an uptick in the improper use of the security clearance process to deny people a clearance or to revoke a clearance as a method of retaliation or discrimination. So I say that just as a warning to be very careful and understand if there is an issue with your security clearance, you have the right to due process. You have the right to know how and why your clearance is being denied or revoked. You have the right to representation, and you also have the right to be free from discrimination, political, religious, or otherwise when it comes to the security clearance process. I hope this is helpful. If you have questions about your security clearance, whether it's a denial or revocation, whether you're a military member, federal contractor, or a federal employee, please feel free to reach out to us and we can do our best to answer your questions and talk about what it looks like to have our firm represent you.